I'm Eric Russell. I am out and about today with the cast of Joe Jackson's Night and Day. How are y'all doing tonight?
Great.
So you guys are in rehearsal for this brand new production, which is going to open August 8th at Richmond Triangle Players here in Richmond, Virginia. So what I want to do is start here, tell who you are in the show, how you got involved, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay, I'm Ann Carr Regan, and I'm a basic singer in the show, but two of the songs that I work on, I have solos, and in one of them, I am kind of a country bumpkin that comes to New York City for the first time, and the second one is I'm a very sad and frustrated
businesswoman.
Businesswoman.
Bitter old businesswoman.
Bitter.
Okay.
I'm Liz Blake White. I am the younger version of Anne's bitter businesswoman, and also an exotic dancer. We'll go with
Okay.
Yeah.
dancer.
Dancer. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm Augustin J. Carrero. I am, among other things, a beat-up drag queen. And
Every show's got to have one.
And the Chinese Elvis.
Oh, and a Chinese
Yes,
Elvis.
yes.
We'll see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm Keedron Dunn, and I am playing a loony homeless man. Yes, who has cancer.
Just ask him.
Yeah, for real.
And I'm Rebecca Ann Muhlman, and I am playing the girl that got away, and I'm Liz's sister for one of the songs as well. So.
And I'm Andrew Ham, and I'm the director, producer, and musical director.
How did this all get started with this whole project, Joe Jackson Night and Day?
I saw Joe Jackson on the Night and Day 2 tour in 2000. He has two albums, Night and Day and Night and Day 2 from 82 and 2000, that are these amazing albums about New York City and about New York City people and New York City situations and this beautiful diversity of humanity. And he has always incorporated a little elements of the theatrical and the dramatic in his concerts his whole career. Entrances and exits and lighting changes and costumes occasionally. And I saw a lot of dramatic potential when I saw the show the second time in 2000, the last show of the tour in New York actually. And spent the entire drive home to my home in Albany brainstorming how it could become a piece of theater that sort of incorporated more concert elements than a musical does, but is a little bit more theatrical than a concert is. And ended up doing it as my graduate thesis at VCU in 2004 in a workshop production. And I mentioned it in passing to John Knapp, and he was very, very interested in offering the Triangle stage for it. So we're sort of co-producing it.
How is the show different from other shows like Rock of Ages or Mamma Mia, or other shows that have taken other performers' albums and created a stage show or production out of it? How is this going to be different?
For one thing, we're taking music that already is very, very specifically character and dialogue driven.
Okay.
Instead of shoehorning a song into a plot. And for another, we don't have a story. This is very, very intentionally not a jukebox musical. It absolutely is designed to take advantage of the power of the concert format and the way live music played live by an on-stage band with singers and mics that are not doing blocking necessarily in entrances and exits and having dialogue, the way that can just impact the heart in a way that a musical can't. And I love musicals. I am in no way denigrating musicals, but this show would not work as a musical. It just wouldn't work as a standard musical, but it will work like this. So I just think we're not forcing it the way jukebox musicals like Movin' Out or Mamma Mia do.
As the singers and actors for the show, what are some challenges in doing a piece like this that isn't story-driven, where you're not trying to pay the rent or save the store, climb Valley High? What's...
I think that the tendency for us is to try to find a cohesion between our various numbers, and there are times when we know that, okay, this is a different character than anyone else I've been, but to fit everything else together in some kind of pattern, if not story. I mean, it's not that your character necessarily has a plot, but at least an idea of who this person is, how they feel about New York, how they feel about the people they encounter, how they feel about what they're saying. So to find that without a cohesive plot to guide you is challenging, but also interesting, fun.
Okay. Anyway.
One of the challenges I'm looking forward to is being able to not drop, but at least switch gears very quickly from one very emotionally driven song with one character to a completely different character. Just really rapid fire, which is a challenge that, based on who we are in any given song, that's going to present itself when we get to that stage.
The show reminds me a little bit of Mammoth's New York Stories, so that it's more a collection of tiny little short stories and less of a novel. Although it does have a through line of a songwriter trying to create the perfect New York City song and synthesizing his experiences and his memories of people he knows.
So these are bits and pieces of people from New York that you might encounter.
Yeah.
But in no way they're not connected beyond they happen to live in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's really nice, is the fact that since there isn't a plot, it makes it nicer to make this character your own, make this music your own. I really enjoy that out of Andrew, is the fact that he's saying, like, just sing it like you own it, like you wrote it. So it makes it so much easier to bring ownership to the piece, and then to really take the character that you've created, that you met in New York, and then meet all these other new people.
Yeah.
Because each night I feel like it's going to wind up changing a good little bit, because each night we have so much freedom just staying inside the text of the song, but then when we start interacting with each other, it's going to be completely different, I'm sure.
It never feels like we're doing a cover, which is
Okay.
nice.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you each have a favorite song that you do, or you're like, oh, I like her song the best, or I wish, this is my favorite line from this song? Because I was just listening and going, I like the one you do about cell phone cause
Absolutely.
brain cancer and drugs.
What is it? Cell phones?
Brain damage.
Causes cell phones. I'm just learning this one. What's
Brain
that
cancer.
part?
Brain cancer causes cell phones. Brain damage causes drugs.
I just thought that I like that.
Yeah.
I love Kedron's song Cancer. I think it's hysterical. There are so many opportunities there. If you've never
One
seen
time
Kedron
cancer's
perform-
fun. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you've never seen Kedron perform, when he lets loose, it's just
Magical.
it's a magical hurricane of so many feelings.
I love that magical hurricane. That's incredible.
And you were there when you were there when you were there.
I really enjoy our duo we do with a song called Glamour and Pain, and Augustine's a beat-up drag queen, and I'm a
Beat up stripper.
sad little exotic dancer.
This is New York.
Right?
There we go.
Sounds like an
And I
great
get
single.
to say the line, I'd cry mascara tears if only I could give a fuck about it. And it's just fabulous.
And hooray for Super Bowl.
Hooray for Super Bowl.
It doesn't get any better than
No, it
that.
doesn't. That just was some good stuff.
Weber doesn't write this crap.
No. No. Joe Jackson did.
He did.
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
Screw you, Joe Jackson.
What was your attraction to Joe Jackson? The appeal of his music compared to other people?
He gets into the hearts of these characters in a way that is more, that is often in a way that is more writerly and playwriterly and less songwriterly. And all of these characters in these, there's a song called Dear Mom that we haven't started working on yet, that Becca sings, that is an older sister who has gone to town to find her younger sister who has run away. And the first verse, she is writing back, just, Dear Mom, I can't find her. Second verse is, a guy told me he saw her at the El Macambo, told me she put on quite a show. And then the next verse mentions, oh, I saw her on the subway. She's really doing, she says she's going to be in touch with me. And by the end of the song, we don't know what conversation has gone on between these two sisters, but the older sister writes back, she told me to give you a message for her, why don't you go to hell? So we know that whatever Mom did to drive the younger sister away, it has also driven the older sister away now, and he uses such efficiency of storytelling and efficiency of language to really create these very poignant characters. And
yeah, I think that's what I really love about his music. It's so story-driven, as you said, but it's also so human. There's such a real humanity aspect to all of these stories, and sometimes it's heart-wrenching, and sometimes it's powerful, and sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's many things wrapped up into one. But he just has this wonderful way of telling these very vivid, very lovely stories, and it's so engaging, and it just makes you, sucked into this world immediately, and it's just great.
And he just so clearly loves every one of these people that he's driven, that he's drawn this description of. He just loves all of them, and it's in his very cynical, sarcastic way.
On the original album from '82, there were two sides to the album. There was a night side and a day side. Is the show split up the same way, or did they just kind of cross over in the songs?
The show is not split up the same way. And the reason the show is not split up the same way is that there's a really great beginning, and there are two really great endings. And those two endings had to be the end of the first act and the end of the second act.
Okay.
And the whole structure of putting, because I just took all of the songs, all 20 songs from both albums apart, took them apart and put them back together in a completely different narrative order, and stole a lot of what Joe did on the 2000 tour. I did a lot of the same things that he does as far as structuring the show. But our first act ends with a slow song called "A Slow Song," which has been Joe's closer for 30 years, and it's just an amazing concert closer. But damn it, I've got a better one. So A Slow Song, I've got a better ending. So A Slow Song is ending our Act 1 because I wanted to use the power of that great ending. So a lot of it is to, and in a lot of cases I took several of the songs that are separate and thought, well, could this character, could this exotic dancer, could she also be the singer who's playing with and questioning gender roles in Real Men? And could this male voice questioning gender roles in Real Men, could this be my drag queen that I need in the story of Glamour and Pain? So in a lot of cases, the song order came because I needed pre-beat up and post-beat up character and things like that.
When the show premieres in August, what do you want an audience to take away from this? What do you hope they take away from the show? As performers, as the producer, the director, the writer, what do y'all want them to take away from this?
There's such a fullness to so many of these characters, even though sometimes we only get a song with any given character, and because of what they were just discussing, the full humanity, to give another look to those people who may pass through your day as only a moment, but they become these fully fleshed out characters in front of us. And having lived in New York, I've seen so many of these people before, and even now working on this project, I think about what must have been going through those people's minds, what their day looked like, in such a way that I think so often we in our cell phone and internet world, we don't look at people anymore, we look at moments, one at a time, not in their completion. So.
I'm hoping that maybe some people see themselves in a lot of the characters that we're going to portray, whether it's the happy or the sad, and reflect. Maybe be validated too.
I want theater fans who come to the show to say, "Oh, I didn't know theater could do that." And I want music fans to come to the show and say, "I didn't know a live concert could do that." And I want people to see the incredible variety of these really broad and different characters, and think, I know somebody like that, or I've seen somebody like that and don't understand them, and them being weird is worthy of delight and joy and love and mercy.
How can people still be involved with the show? How can they find out more about Joe Jackson, Night and Day? You have a Kickstarter.
We do. We do have a Kickstarter. We've been very, very blessed with fortune in our Kickstarter. Kickstarter gives you 30 days to raise a goal amount of money. The goal I set was $3,000, which is a portion, not all of what we need to produce the show. And if you have to hit that goal in order to get any money. Well, we hit that goal in 7 days and 3 hours when we gave ourselves 30. So that means that we're guaranteed to get that money. That is, we have not met our financial goal for the entire thing. So people can go to Kickstarter.com and search for Joe Jackson's Night and Day. If it'll know that you're in Richmond, and it'll bring it right up for you. We are also. I know, yeah. We are also taking direct donations, which can go to, people can write a check to Richmond Triangle Players and just put Joe Jackson in the memo line. That way it's not a check to me, and it's actually tax deductible to a 501c3. And we have been doing some house parties, living room concerts to raise money, and we've got until the end of July to make the money. So if you want us live in your living room, playing for your friends at a fundraiser, drop me a line.
And how can they do that?
They can email me at andrewjham@verizon.net, and they can find out more about the show at Joe Jackson's Night and Day, all one word, .blogspot.com.
Okay. Oh. I had fun listening to all these songs tonight. I mean, I was just like, I like that one. I want to hear it again. I want to hear, and some of the ones I didn't get to hear, I'm looking forward to just seeing. And the show opens when?
It runs August 8th through 18th.
And can people order tickets now?
They are live. We are on the website. You can order your tickets today.
Okay.
Right now.
And is it on Richmond Triangle's website?
Richmond Triangle's website.
So rtriangle.org.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations. This is fantastic. And this will be a world premiere here in Richmond.
Yep.
Yes.
This has been absolutely fantastic. You are all marvelous.
Thank you.
Can't wait to
Thank
see
you
all
for
of you.
coming.
Love it. I'm Eric Russell. I have been out and about with the cast of Joe Jackson's Night and Day, which will open August 8th at Richmond Triangle Players, and tickets are available at rtriangle.org. You never know. I'm going to turn up next, so tune in next time to find out. And I'll see ya.
Bye.